Hello my dear students, I am Anjum Sheikh. Welcome to my class. In previous video, we have studied about the human male reproductive system. In this video, we are going to study about the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries along with a pair of oviducts, uterus, cervix, vagina and the external genitalia located in the pelvic region. These parts of the system along with a pair of the mammary glands. These are integrated structurally and functionally to support the processes of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth and child care. See, the main parts of the human female reproductive system are pair of ovaries, pair of oviducts, uterus, cervix, vagina and the external genitalia, and these are located in the pelvic region. So this is the sectional view of the human female reproductive system through the pelvis. Now we will study these parts one by one. The first very important part of the female reproductive system is the ovaries. These are the primary female sex organs that produce eggs or ovum and several steroid hormone. The ovaries are located one on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 cm in length and is connected to the pelvic wall and uterus by the ligaments. These are the connective tissues. Each ovary is covered by a thin layer which is called as epithelium, which encloses the ovarian stroma. The next important part of the female reproductive system is the oviducts. Oviducts or fallopian tubes. So these are the tubes which are about 10 to 12 cm long and extends from the periphery of each ovary to the uterus. The part closer to the ovary is funnel shaped infundibulum. The edges of the infundibulum possess finger-like projections. These finger-like projections are called as fimbriae, which help in the collection of the ovum after ovulation. Third most important part is the uterus. The shape of an uterus is like an inverted pear. There is a single uterus which is supported by ligaments or connective tissues attached to the pelvic wall. The uterus opens into vagina through a narrow cervix. The cavity of cervix is called as the cervical canal, which along with vagina forms the birth canal. Here you can see the structure showing the three main important parts of the human female reproductive system. The first part is the ovaries. See, there is a pair of the ovaries. These are the primary female sex organs. See, this one first ovary and this is second. Means there is a pair of the ovaries that produce the female gametes, that is ovum or egg, as well as several steroid or the ovarian hormones. These two are the ovaries. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeters long and it is connected to the pelvic wall. See, here it is connected. It is connected to the pelvic wall and the uterus by the connective tissue which are known as the ligaments. See, here ovary is connected to the pelvic wall as well as the uterus. The middle structure is the uterus. Don't get confused between ureters and uterus. Each ovary is covered by a thin layer of skin. That thin layer is called as the epithelium. It encloses the ovarian stroma. The stroma is divided into two zones, a peripheral cortex and an inner medulla. Then after ovaries, the second part is oviducts, which are also known as the fallopian tubes. So there is a pair of oviducts or the fallopian tubes. Each fallopian tube is 10 to 12 centimeters long and extends from the periphery of the ovary. See, this oviduct is not directly attached to the ovary. It extends from the peripheral wall of the ovary. The part closer to the ovary is funnel shaped. See here, this part is the funnel shaped part which is called as infundibulum. The edges of the infundibulum possess the finger-like projections. See these finger-like projections. These finger-like projections are called as the femori, and these finger-like projections are very important, which help in the collection of the ovum after ovulation. What is ovulation? The process of release of ovum is called as ovulation. Now you know that ovaries are not directly connected to the fallopian tubes. So once the ovule is released, that is ovulation takes place, then it is collected by the femori and then it passes through the fallopian tube. Now third very important part is the uterus. See this one, this middle part is uterus. The uterus is single and it is also called as a womb. The shape of uterus, see here the shape of uterus. The shape of uterus is like an inverted pear. It is supported by ligaments attached to the pelvic wall. The uterus opens into the vagina. See this one is vagina. So this uterus opens into the vagina through the cervix. This cervix is a narrow region. It is called, the cavity of the cervix is called as the cervical canal, which along with vagina it forms the birth canal. See here is the vagina. So the cervical canal and vagina together they form the birth canal, which helps in the delivery of the baby. The wall of the uterus has three layers of tissues: endometrium, myometrium and perimetrium. See the innermost wall of tissues is called as the endometrium. It is the inner glandular layer, thick layer. It is endometrium. It lines the uterine cavity. Perimetrium is the middle layer, while myometrium. The endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during the menstrual cycle. See this endometrium. During menstrual cycle, this endometrium undergoes cyclical changes, and the myometrium exhibits the stronger contractions during the delivery of the baby, which is known as the labor pains. So this myometrium is related to the labor pain, that is strong contractions during the delivery of the baby, while this endometrium, it is related to the cyclical changes during menstrual cycle. The female external genitalia include mons pubis. This is a cushion of fatty tissues covered by skin and pubic hair. Then labia majora, it is a fleshy fold of the tissue which extends down from the mons pubis and surround the vaginal opening. Then third part is labia minora. These are the pairs of folds of tissue under labia majora. Then fourth part is hymen. Hymen is the opening of vagina, which is covered by membrane is called as a hymen. The hymen is often torn during the first coitus or intercourse, but it can also be broken by a sudden fault or jolt, insertion of a vaginal tampon, active participation in some sports like horseback riding, cycling, etc. In some women, the hymen persists even after coitus. In fact, the presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. Here you can see the diagram of the human female reproductive system showing various parts of the female reproductive system: ovary, then this one is the fallopian tube, the middle portion is the uterus, here cervix, cervical canal and vagina, together they form the birth canal, and here are the different portions of the fallopian tube: isthmus, ampulla and the infundibulum. Infundibulum is the conical projections which collect the ovum after ovulation. Now we have to discuss about the mammary glands. A functional mammary gland is a characteristic of all female mammals. The mammary glands are the paired structures which are also known as the breasts. that contain glandular tissue and the variable amount of fat. Here you can see the sectional view of the female mammary gland. It consists of the variable amount of the fat tissues. The glandular tissue of each breast is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes. See, these are the mammary lobes. There are generally 15 to 20 mammary lobes. They contain cluster of cells called as alveoli. Here you can see the cluster of the cells. This cluster of cells are called as the alveoli. What is their function? The cells of alveoli secrete milk, which is stored in the cavities of the alveoli. The alveoli open into the mammary tubules. Here are the tube-like structure. So the alveoli open into the mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe join to form a mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. Here is the mammary ampulla is formed. How it is formed? By joining the several mammary ducts. See, this portion shows the mammary ampulla, which is formed by the joining of the several mammary ducts, which is connected to the lactiferous duct through which milk is sucked out. So the baby can suck the milk through the nipple. So this is about the structure of the mammary glands. So today we have studied about the human female reproductive system. In next video we will study about the process known as gametogenesis. Thank you.